What's up, y'all? Preston from Fight Media 360 here. So this is a quick preview and prediction for Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy. So before we get into all this, I just want to say, if you guys don't know, this fight also takes place on the main card of Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor 3. And also, if you guys don't know, Greg Hardy was he's actually a former football player. He was a defensive. I believe he played in the NFL. Let me check. Let's see if he played in the NFL. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I'm still here. Yeah, he was. He used to play for the Carolina Panthers in the 2010 NFL draft. So, yeah, so Greg Hardy used to be an NFL football player. So, just in case you guys didn't know that. So, yeah. But now he's, doing good in the UFC. So now we got that out of the way. So now let's talk about their stats and then the odds and then what they need to do to win and then my final prediction. So let's start off with Tai Tuivasa. So Tai Tuivasa comes into the fight with a record of 11 wins. Actually 12 wins with 4 losses. And he stands at a height of 6'2" and weighs in at 265 pounds and fights out of Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. So yeah. Alright, so we got him out the way. So now Greg Hardy. So Greg Hardy comes into the fight with a record of 7 wins, 3 losses, 1 no contest. He stands at a height of 6'5" and weighs in at 265 pounds and fights out of Millington, Tennessee, United States. So yeah. Tai Tuivasa is listed as a -130 favorite over Greg Hardy. So Tai Tuivasa is listed as the favorite in this fight, which I think is a bit too much. Like him being the favorite is fine, but being 130 to 115, I feel like that's a bit, too much because they're both equally tough. So yeah, that's just my opinion though. So now that we got that out the way, so now let's talk about what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So let's start off with the favorite Tai Tuivasa. So what I would like to see from Tai Tuivasa is because Hardy is like a fighter who he is aggressive, but he also he's also a good striker. He knows how to punch and then get out of danger. He definitely does have head movement. And his footwork is all right. So, maybe whenever Hardy's coming in the inside, you know, hit him with the power shots, and also just Tai Tuivasa just needs to be extremely explosive with his power shot because Tai Tuivasa, as we all know, hits hella hard. So he needs to use that against Greg Hardy because how many times have Greg Hardy got stopped? He got stopped 1 time in his career. So yeah, but Tai Tuivasa still got the power to knock Greg Hardy out. So he just needs to overpower Greg Hardy. And whenever Greg Hardy's, being wild with his punches, and just throwing a lot of punches, throw with him. And I guarantee you who win in the scrap battle between these guys would be Tai Tuivasa. If these guys ended up exchanging together, I feel like Tai Tuivasa would get the better of it, and once he once Hardy does that, just throw with him, and then once you sense that he's hurt, just go for the kill, and try to just beat up Hardy and try to knock him out. So that's pretty much what Tai Tuivasa needs to do to win. So yeah. So now the slight under. So now the underdog, Greg Hardy. So what I like to see from Greg Hardy is really just don't go in there to try to knock Tai Tuivasa out. Cause use your like kind of like your head move, kind of like your head skills, and just your skill to like punch and then get out of range, and then just keep doing that. Don't just try to look for the knockout. Just pretty much just make the judges impressed by your work rate, and your skill level against 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 not Greg Harper, but against Tai Tuivasa, and just try to just break down Tuivasa, make Tuivasa just really tired because Tuivasa's cardio isn't necessarily the best cardio. Actually, kind of has bad cardio, um, because he only has because he actually has, I believe, 11 stoppages out of 12 wins. Let me see. Yeah, so he had like 11 stoppages out of 12 wins. So he needs to really just tire out that tank of Tuivasa. But even when he's tired, don't just go after him and try to, finish him because Tuivasa still carries a lot of power, and Tuivasa is that kind of fighter. He's kind of like Derek Lewis in a way, where when he gets really tired, his power never goes away. His power is the same energy with his power. So don't just when you sense that he's tired, and drenched, don't just go in there and try to just bang with him and just try to get him out of there, cause like if you do that, like there's a high chance of you getting caught by Tuivasa and getting hurt by Tuivasa, but might get knocked out, but just don't be just be smart and still pick your shots, you know, even when he's tired, just pick your shots, but just be a little bit more active though, just when just the first round or two, just like the first round, just try to like get the feel of the fight and try to read Tuivasa whenever he's trying to go in, just step back and just try to make it like a striking performance, because the better fighter skill wise is Greg Hardy in my opinion. Skill wise would be Greg Hardy. The one who hits harder is Tuivasa, but both these guys equally hit hard, so you know, so yeah. So that's what Greg Hardy needs to do. He needs to um be the better striker, you know, keep at range against Tuivasa, and whenever you sense that Tuivasa is tired, don't just go after him and try to finish him. Fight smart, but also be a little bit more active, and then really like kick to the body to tire out Tuivasa, and then after that, just look for the finish against Tuivasa. Because again, Tuivasa's cardio is not good at all. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's pretty crappy. So yeah. So that's what Greg Hardy needs to do to win. So yeah. So my final prediction for this fight, again, this is this is a very good fight. I'm definitely looking forward for this fight. This is gonna be a very tough fight. Somebody's getting knocked the hell out. I'm just telling you this right now. It's gonna be a very good fight. But if I would have to pick one, I'll probably have to lean more towards Tai Tuivasa by a knockout. And if I would pick a round, I don't know. I haven't really thought of that, but I'll probably put my money on the second round. I would say, like if I would pick a round, it'd probably be in the second round, in my opinion. But yeah, the reason why I pick him is because Greg Hardy, on the other hand, he does get hit a lot. He does get hit a lot. He has got KO'd before. Um, so, and he does take a lot of risks. Even though he's a better striker skill wise, he still does take a lot of chances and gets hit a lot. So I think that like him getting hit a lot is gonna go towards Tuivasa's favor. So that's why I picked Tai Tuivasa to win this fight. So yeah. So that's my final prediction. I got Tuivasa by a knockout. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Preston for Fight Media 360, and thank y'all for watching this video.